Hello students, welcome to my class once again. So this is part 3 of the story Deep Water. So Douglas started going down for the third time and he remembered he was very afraid. He was completely lost. He was desperate to remain safe. But he had not lost his power to think. He was not afraid to such extent that he could not think. So as he was going down, he remembered very well what he must do. The moment he reached the bottom of the water, he must stand at the bottom on his feet. He must use all his strength and jump up and try to come out of the water and somehow swim to the edge of the swimming pool that he remembered. So as he went to the bottom, as his feet touched the bottom, he tried to jump. He gathered all his might, but the jump made no difference. The power of the water was more strong. Water was trying to pull him down and down. And this time he was fear-stricken, very much afraid. And whenever now he was desperate to hold on something. But whatever the more he was trying to get something on his grip, what he was getting, that was only water and nothing else. And as he looked around, he could see the water with a yellow tinge in it, and finally, surprisingly, he could see that he was coming out of the water. At least his eyes were out. His nose was almost out of the water. He thought that he was coming out, but no, he was not coming out. He started going down and down for the third time now. And at this third time, when he was going down, he swallowed more water because he tried to breathe. The more he tried to breathe underwater, the more suffocated he felt. And finally, he was having a strange feeling as if he was losing his consciousness. He became so tired that he gave up. He gave up. He was no more thinking, he was no more planning. He surrendered. He thought that now it was of no use to try to jump out of the window of the water. Whatever has to happen, let it happen. And it was so very surprising. The moment this thought came in his mind that whatever has to happen, let it happen, he felt so relaxed. He was no more worried. He felt very relaxed. He was no more afraid. And he had a very nice feeling, as if he was going to sleep, a very comfortable sleep, with no worries, no tension. So this is actually human psychology. When you at the face of death, when you encounter death and you are trying to save yourself, we are very afraid. We try using all our might to remain safe, but we are unable to. But the moment you give up, the moment you think that it's useless to try, let things go on its own way, you will find you will feel very relaxed. And that is what happened to Douglas. He felt as if it was useless to try anymore, and he felt very relaxed. He was no more feeling anxious or worried or afraid. He felt as if someone, like the tender arms of our mother when she holds us on her arms, that kind of feeling she had, as if the water with its tender hand, was holding him. Then he forgot. Everything was black in front of his eyes, and he remembered nothing more. Means what? Means he became unconscious. He lost his consciousness, he became unconscious. The next thing that he remembered was when he got back his consciousness, when he came to his senses, he was lying at the side of beside the swimming pool, and he was vomiting. He was lying on his stomach. Someone was putting pressure at his back. He was vomiting out the water that he had swallowed. He was very afraid, and he could hear from the conversation that that big boy who had thrown into the water was the one to bring him out of it. And he was saying that he did it just for fun. But someone said that he shouldn't have done it because the child could have died. The child was almost drowning. Several hours passed after that. He became a bit steady, and he walked back home. But he was just 11 years old, remember, at that time. Not very aged, not very matured. So the incident had a very deep impact in his mind. Even after returning home for several days, he could not sleep, he could not eat. Whenever he tried to stand, his legs were not steady. The legs were quivering, shivering, or you can say the legs were oval at the knees, in the knees. And he felt very ill for several days because it made a long, deep impact in his mind. And that was the end of his learning of swimming. After that, he never went back to that swimming pool to learn swimming. So this was the thing that happened at the age when he was just 11 years old. After that, many years passed away. Douglas reached his youth, his young age. He was now a young man. And after he reached his youth, he wanted to go to the waterfall. He wanted to enjoy a bath in the river. He wanted to go for swimming, for fishing, for canoeing, for several activities involved with water. But unfortunately, he was not able to do anything because of his fear of water. Whenever he would go to the water, that old terror would come back and would prevent him from doing any further, from trying any further activities, any further adventure. So the fear or his water phobia was acting as an hindrance in his path of trying to do any activities involved with water. Understood? So finally, Douglas decided that it is a must to overcome this particular fear, and he must definitely do something about it. So Douglas was now quite sure that he must definitely do something about it, because he loved fishing, he loved canoeing, and he loved several other activities with water. Though he tried very hard to overcome this fear by trying several means, but nothing worked out, finally he decided that the only way that is left open in front of him is to keep an instructor and learn swimming. In that way only, he would be able to overcome his fear. Alright students, this much only in this video.